Hello and welcome to the final video covering all the Mauga rollouts that we found during the free weekend that Blizzard had for him. This time we will be going over the hybrid maps, as well as the maps for Flashpoint and Puss, as those only have a couple of maps each. So starting with hybrid, we have Blizzard World. So starting off, we have this really useful jump for attacking and getting directly onto the enemy team's high ground. Outside of that, you can make this jump to get up to this high ground. And if you're defending from points, you can actually get on the boxes and make this jump to get up to the carousel. And then from the defending team's high ground, you can get on the top of the boat and make the jump over the roof. Could be useful as a surprise attack. Second point, if you get on the sign, you can make this jump. Third point, if you run into this broken wall and jump, you can actually get up onto high ground. Then from high ground, you can just do all sorts of stupid stuff like this if you wanted to. So now moving on to Eichenwalde. Kind of going in reverse order this time. Starting with third point, we have all of these jumps that you can make between the high ground if you're defending. Second point, you can run into this pile of bricks and jump to actually get up here and climb up. Could also be useful when attacking. After you win a fight, you want to get set up on the high ground. If the enemy team has one more fight left before you cap, this can be what you go for. For second point from the castle, you can basically do anything. You can jump and make it over the building and slide onto first point if you wanted to. From castle, you can make this jump to high ground, after which you can run against these bricks and jump to actually get to first point. If you could find a way to do this with one charge, it might actually be useful, but with two charges, you're not likely to find any use for this. Of course, first point, attacking or defending, you can make the jump onto the bridge to the little ramp here. From bridge, you actually have a really cool rollout where you can charge against the roof to maintain your height and then get a really nice charge onto the enemy team if they're playing here. And of course, on point, you can make the jump between the high ground here. Starting on Hollywood, after first point, if you're attacking, you can make this insane jump that could actually be useful if you're maybe getting hard held at the doors. You can just try this out to see if it does anything for you. Pretty crazy jump, pretty fun to do. Of course, on first point itself, you can make the jump across the point, but you can only make it one way. On second point, you can make the jump from the high ground onto the jail. Could be a very good position to play from. And then the only really specific jump to get places on third point we found was you can jump onto the RV and then you can roll out to the electrical box and back if you wanted to. Not too much in terms of jump to get from one place to another, but definitely a lot of places where you could jump from high ground and just jump onto the enemy team's backline wherever they are. Next for King's Rope. Probably one of the best jumps we have. First, you can climb up onto the statue, at which point you can jump onto the roof here, and then go across and get over here. You could then just play here at the start of the round where the enemy team basically can't do anything about you, and then if they do make swaps or try to do anything, you can just make the jump back over to your team. Of course, attacking, you can make this rollout to quickly get to the high ground, which then you can just charge across to this high ground, or if you have a Lucio on your team, you can just make the jump normally, and then you can quickly take control of the defending team's high ground. Now, from this same point, second point actually has a lot. You can make the jump from here onto this little platform, which you can then jump from there onto the defending team's high ground here. From there, you can actually make the jump onto this high ground, which then of course gives you access to the other high ground as well. So if they buff Mauga's range by any amount, he will probably be a menace being able to control this much high ground with his charge. But can Mauga do the under the map rollout on third point? No. Moving on to Midtown. You can make this jump. Not really that useful, but you can do it. Slightly more useful if you ever go up through train, you can actually make the jump onto the fire truck. However, from there, the only jump we were able to make consistently was to this high ground, and not to either of the entrances of the high ground near point. Second point is pretty good. Both attacking and defending, you can kind of make use of this set of jumps. Third point, you can actually make the jump from this high ground to the other. Then if you're attacking from there, you can actually make this jump as well and get high ground right outside the enemy team spawn. Could be a very strong spot to play from. And that's it for Midtown, so next moving on to Numbani. Numbani first point, of course, you can make the jump between these two sets of high ground. If you slide off the little sign here, you're able to not even use your jump, so you can hold your charge, and especially if you're attacking, make the jump across and then just immediately charge onto the other team's backline. Same thing for defending. If you do a jump charge, you don't even need to stomp in order to make the gap, so you can actually charge right into here and stomp on their team as they try to go this way. And even from right side, you can make this crazy jump if you wanted to try and get onto the attacking team's backline. Just a lot of opportunities to stage really cool dives on this part of the map. Second point, you can jump from here and get onto the car, at which you can get onto high ground. It's really finicky, but on defending, you can kind of charge against the sign and then the building here to keep your height and get a pretty good charge that you could try and get onto the enemy team's backline with. And then third point didn't have much, so moving on to Paraíso. While probably not useful in a match, you can actually get on the car, jump charge onto the tram, and then jump charge onto high ground from there. From the bridge, of course, you can make the jump across as well as make the jump onto the bridge. Probably most useful is you can make the jump from the defending team's high ground into the building window. Second point is where things get much cooler. There's a lot of high ground and a lot of jumps that you can make. The most useful we found was this set of jumps to go onto the building. Next, you can get onto the radar disc and jump charge across, at which point you can just jump over and get the enemy team's high ground. From there, you can also use this jump to get to the high ground that no one ever plays. Or of course you can make this jump as well. Could be useful attacking or defending. Third point attacking, you can actually make this jump to get to the defending team's high ground. And again, attacking, you can also jump charge and make the jump onto this wall here. And from there, you actually have a lot of options for where you can go. Next up, we have Colosseo. If you lose a fight near checkpoint and need to fall back, you can actually make this jump around the side of the map. Now for a very precise jump, you can actually charge into this pile of bricks and jump to get on top of them. From there, you can turn around and charge, and you have to hit this tree at exactly the right angle to get a little bit of height so that you can make the jump onto high ground. Now for another very strong and pretty easy rollout, you can actually jump and charge across the sign, then bump into the corner of the wall to get a little bit of height, which you can then turn and go into the window and get high ground. Could be very useful if you are attacking this part of the map. Next, going on to Esperança. Of course, you can make these jumps at the end points of the map. Now for a really stupid one, you can jump from here onto the train car, and then from there, you can jump onto the sign and jump into the window. However, in a case of stupid, this actually only works on this side of the map. On the other side of the map, the sign is actually a different shape that does not let you jump on top of it and get up here. So yes, despite the fact that the maps are supposed to be symmetrical, because the sign is slightly different, this only works on one half of the map. Of course, near the center, you can make the jump across to this high ground. If you're on the bridge, you can make the jump all the way into the window, and that's really it for this map. On New Queen Street, you really only have this one jump. You can just charge off the window, jump onto the train car, then get into the tunnel. And then from there, you can do the same thing, jump onto the train, charge off, and then jump into the enemy team's window. Basic, but could be very effective. Next, for Flashpoint, moving to Suravasa. We really could not find much. These were the last things we checked, and the maps are very flat, and we just really couldn't find any interesting jumps because of how spread out they are. There's not really any specific high ground that you could try and take with a cool jump. Just really nothing much on them. Moving on to New Junk City. There's a little bit here we found. You can make this jump from this point into the window. Also on the center point, you can do this thing if the railings are there, but if the railings are not there, then you're not able to do this thing. It's a pretty cool thing though. Certainly is fun to do. And of course, for the center point, you can make the jump from the sides onto the robot in the center, at which point you can do another jump charge to get back to the side of the point. And that was pretty much all that we found. So yeah, if you watched this far, please like and subscribe, comment what your favorite rollout is, or which one you think will be the most useful. I'm going to enjoy looking for more stuff like this when we actually get to play as Mauga again. And until next time, see ya.